Oh, sheesh.
It says Honda right there. This is probably from the car that hit this truck. Looks like it's a lot worse than we thought.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you've been following our videos recently, we've been working on this 1998 Toyota Tacoma rebuilder, and it's previously had a big misfire problem on the engine. And actually in the last video, we finally solved that problem. So this engine in this truck is running like a top, which is awesome. So now we're getting on to the actual damage from the accident that this truck has been in. And we know for a fact that this rear diff is definitely bent, as well as the frame. All right guys, take a look at this bent diff from this angle. You can really see how crooked this tire is. From that, we figured out that whatever vehicle hit this truck definitely clipped this rear bumper and directly impacted that rear tire, which bent the diff and also folded up the frame. And because of that, the bed side got folded up and also jammed into the corner of this cab. So big dent there, we'll have to repair that. As well as this bed side got a little wreck down here. So lots of damage here and there that we'll have to fix. Looking at it from the back, you can really see how bent the frame is. This side's definitely higher than that side. So that really shows you what we're working with here. What do you think we should do first? Because we got to repair the frame, right?
I think the easiest way to do it would be to get the bed off the truck, because we have to get access to the whole frame rail, and we also have to take off the differential and replace that. To do that, we'll have to take the bumper off, and to make the bed lighter, because we're going to have to lift it off, we're going to also take the tailgate off. We'll see what happens then.
All right, so let's get to it.
Oh, sheesh.
We've got the gate off.
Alright guys, we got everything off. We got that bumper and tailgate off. That tailgate was actually a bit of a struggle to get off, mainly probably because of this damage at this corner here. Turns out that this bed is bent in a little bit more than we thought, and it was kind of a struggle to get that tailgate off, but we managed to get it off. And we also got all the bolts on this bed off, so now it is loose and ready to come off. We had to take off the wiring harness, and we figured out something about that wiring harness.
Yeah, there was a old trailer wiring harness. Looks like a kit that somebody had put on.
It's kind of rotten though.
Yeah, the connectors were quite rotten, so we haven't decided if we want to put a wiring harness back in there. It does have a pretty heavy duty trailer hitch on here.
Maybe in the future we can buy another one of those kits and slap it in here, but for now we just cut it all out. Before we can get this box off the truck, we have to clean out all the junk from back here. And we were looking at all the parts in the back here, and we realized that this doesn't belong to the truck. We looked at the part and actually it says Honda right there. So this is probably from the car that hit this truck. Some other miscellaneous parts from the car that hit this truck, so it's kind of funny. Let's get all this junk out, get this bed swept out, and then we can actually get the bed off. Alright guys, take a look at that. We got the entire back box off this truck, and now you can really see what we're looking at is how bent this rear diff is. This tire is definitely not even close to being parallel with the frame, which is crazy. We're gonna actually see the bend in the diff if you look at it straight on. I don't know if you'd be able to see it. Kind of hard to pick it up on camera, but it's definitely got a big bend in it. Also this frame, if you take a look at it from the back shot, you can really see how much higher this frame rail is from this frame rail. It is really torqued up high. So that's where the bend is in the frame. It's pretty bad, this frame. You still think we can fix it?
I think it's worth trying at least, because it's a lot of work to do a frame swap. And what we do like about this frame is that there's very little rust.
Yeah, it's in pretty good condition.
Yeah.
These Tacomas are pretty popular for having really rusted frames.
Yeah, that's a very common problem with them. So we have a good frame as far as that goes, and I think we can save this. It's going to take a bit of work, but I think we should at least try it.
Yeah.
And then if it doesn't work, then we can decide maybe to swap out the frame.
Yeah, so we'll have to definitely take a look at that and see what we can manage to salvage. But first, I guess we can take off the spare tire. Take a look at this damage, or just from age, I guess. It's completely garbage. Tire wall is cracked everywhere. So that's definitely the original spare tire. Another thing that's also garbage is this gas cap that we ended up accidentally breaking when we took the box off. It was pretty brittle plastic, so we'll have to get a new one of those. Also, you can really see how badly damaged the corner of this cab nag is. That's going to be quite a bit of work, it looks like. But that's going to be later. Let's start off by dropping that spare tire, and then we're going to clean up this frame. So let's get to it. Alright guys, we got this frame all cleaned up and it turned out pretty good. Makes it a lot easier for us to work on it as well, now that it's all nice and clean. We also put it on jack stands. We even used our biggest jack stands on the highest setting. Take a look at this jack stand here. It turns out that all the other ones are the truck's sitting on all the other ones except this one. So yeah.
Well, that means that the frame rail is really bent up, and also it's got a really bad twist in it.
Yeah, it
So
looks like it's a lot worse than we thought.
yeah, well, we did also know that there's a couple buckles in the middle there.
Yeah, we found some little, right here, there's a kink in it.
We'll probably have to straighten the frame rail as best we can, and then to see if there's still a twist in it after that.
Yeah, well, we're first gonna do some measurements, right? So I guess we'll just measure out the back just to see how bad it is actually.
Yeah, we'll measure the front and the back down to the ground, so we know how much of a height difference there is, and then we'll be able to tell a couple of clues from there too.
So let's get measuring.
This one here is about 35.5 inches to the top of the frame rail here. Oh, 37 3/4. So that's over 2 inches difference in height.
2 inches, that's crazy.
31 1/8, 31 1/2. This one here is 3/8 of an inch lower than that side.
Yeah.
So this side is higher, and on the back, that side is way higher. So
That's a big twist.
it does have a twist in it as well. If those are the same amount out as here, you just have to take the twist out of it, and then we'll be perfect.
Alright guys, so now we really know what we're up against with this truck. Definitely gonna be a pretty big battle trying to get this frame all sorted out. We're actually still waiting on a bit of equipment to actually pull the frame from my dad's auto body shop. So subscribe and stay notified for the next video. Hopefully we'll get this frame all straightened out. So I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya.